Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. We're going to start this love reading by taking a look at your overall energy. We start with letting go. Lies. I can't seem to do what's right. And the Seven of Pentacles. This lies energy is a truly, I think, something that's, it's holding you back clearly, but I think that it's more so a lie to yourself about maybe what you want or what you need to do to get to where you want to be. And I think you're trying to let go of that, right? That's this letting go energy. You understand that you must let that go so that you can continue to step into the Seven of Pentacles energy, which is really wonderful and is you seeing the fruits of your efforts, your focus, your desire on what you want. And I think you really know, and this is really interesting that this letting go will have this thing that is blocking you from getting to this Seven of Pentacles go out of the way. So really you are beginning to be on that right path. Continue in this energy. Continue in this focus of letting these lies go. Quit lying to yourself if you are. If there's anything, and lies are it's such a kind of loaded word these days. It doesn't necessarily mean something so overwhelmingly or negative that it's a kind of stain or a cloud over you per se. It could just be so simple as you say that you want something and then you don't take any action toward it. Right? That's lying to yourself. You don't really want it. Something like that, and sometimes those are the hardest lies that we tell ourselves to find. But I think that you kind of understand because you're starting to let that go. So just keep going in that direction. All right, what about your person? What is their overall energy here? Phoenix Rising. Strength. Your strength inspires me. Ooh. And the Nine of Cups just popped out there. All right, yes, they are admiring your strength because they understand what you're going through here with this internally. Whether you know that they know it or not, they seem to at least intuitively pick up on it, and they know that you're facing that. And facing that is an expression of that, divine internal strength, and they certainly admire that, and they are trying to embody that as well. And in fact, they are embodying that now because they're going through this transition, this Phoenix Rising transition of, taking hold of what they can in their life, making those changes to let go of the past that no longer serves them as they continue to move toward higher and higher levels of where they want to be, of that spiritual growth and development, of creating the life that they're looking for. And they're starting to get that smile on their face, being happy emotionally about where they are going. Not necessarily that they have everything or they are experiencing everything that they want, but they know the path and they are seeing some results, and that's making them happy about it. So know that your person is in a very positive energy at this time. All right, Virgo, how do you feel about this connection? Four of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Strength card again. There we go. This is a recurring theme here. So you are seeing not just your strength, feeling your strength here. You're feeling that your person's starting to embody that as well. That's wonderful. If the two of you can get that aligned, then this connection will become strong, and it will be really amazing what the two of you can achieve for yourselves and for others together, really, in this life. It'd be really wonderful to see that. And you understand this Two of Pentacles, this is really interesting because you are embodying this breaking of the cycle. Two of Pentacles is the potential cycles that we find ourselves in this life, right? Maybe it's habits of not exercising, guilty here. You're just trying to break out of that and get into like maybe a more healthful routine or whatever. It doesn't have to be physical necessarily, right? But it's something about the life here that kind of breaking, and that's likely what this is going on with these lies and the letting go of that. That is that way that we can break those cycles, right? Because the reason why we hold on to them is we're holding on to them. Let them go, and it can end. I definitely feel that here, but the Four of Wands is really the story between the two of you, right? That desire for this long-term commitment. That's obvious here, and it's obvious that that's some of these, fruits that you want to see here with the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, keep focusing on that for sure. And what about your person? How do they feel about this connection? Five of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Four of Wands for them. And let's get this a little more ordered over here. So the Five of Swords is interesting because there's some conflict in communication here. And perhaps that's a little bit of your potential self-deceit, or perhaps it's just something that's in your energy that you do need to release that is popping up here. It's possible it's something in them too, right? It could be whatever they're moving away from with this Phoenix Rising transition. That energy that was there in their past has caused some friction between the two of you perhaps. But do know that they have this real feeling of this sincere type of love between the two of you. This is that multiple life love, the Six of Cups. So genuine, so deep, and real. That's the real thing here. It's real, this love. Four of Wands, again, just like you, they are looking toward and feeling for this long-term commitment together, this stable sort of situation, right? The stability here is really reflected in the art in this deck. This is the Mystic Mondays Tarot. With the Four Wands holding up kind of, a plane there. So very interesting with that symbology. All right, how do you see this connection, Virgo? Six of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Very interesting here. The Six of Pentacles is the balance, right? There appears to be at least some pretty serious balance here because both of you have Four of Wands. Both of you are talking about strength. Both of you are going through some transitions. And both of you are, feeling good about some outcomes, right? Nine of Cups on the emotional side, the Seven of Pentacles on the, riches side, let's say, and that could be any kind of riches. Could be monetary, could be love, could be lots of things of this world. And so there's the balance there. The Five of Cups, though, this thing in the past that is holding your attention and emotion in some way is kind of holding you back a little bit. And I'm not sure what it is. We don't see a whole lot about that, but you probably know what it is, Virgo. It's some maybe a past relationship that you're just like so concerned that some of those patterns are going to repeat, or maybe it was so good and you really wish the current situation were like that. Six of Swords is, you also see you need to move away from that, right? You need to have this journey and let that past be the past. So keep that in mind. That perspective is the right perspective on definitely how to move forward, is you got to let that go because it's not serving you anymore right now. And perhaps this is feeding into this energy of lies as well. Perhaps that is the lie, right? This focus on the past. The past is a lie in the sense that it's not here right now. It's not what you're experiencing. And very likely some of those things in the past you may be lying to yourself about. We do that very often, that, we think, oh, the past was so great. But if we really went back there, it was like, well, it was all right. We just have this kind of rose-colored glass view of the past, or that it was so terrible, right? And it could be just the opposite. Well, it wasn't as bad as we feel that it is. We just, maybe there was one point where we got hurt real bad, right? A real tower moment or something. And we just let that moment sit with us and kind of grow to be our entire feeling about that period. Either way, it's certainly time to let that go and move forward on this journey to where you really want to be, the far land that you're trying to get to. It's not as far as you might think. That's the takeaway here. All right, how does your person view this connection? The Lovers, the Sun, and the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords here is the interesting ones. They feel that there's not really a way to go forward. They're not sure how to. But that doesn't really matter as much because they do have the Lovers and the Sun here, that they do have this view of the two of you being in this romantic relationship together, of this working out in that way, and the view that it is who they are. It is part of their kind of self-definition. It's part of what their life is supposed to be here. They have that strong view of it. The Eight of Swords is just, I don't know what the next steps are, right? That's really what it is for them. It's not that they don't see a way forward, like, oh, there's no way forward. It's just, oh, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. And it could be taking some time here, because it may be that now's the time to kind of pause just for a little bit as you release these energies, Virgo, that you need to, so that the two of you can come into a complete alignment. But either way, this is kind of a false perspective for your person, because they can kind of just take a step, and you will see together, is that the right step? And I mean, they can even suggest something. They don't have to just step on their own, right? If they really care about this moving forward together, they could reach out and kind of establish what your desires are, what you're looking for. Does this make sense for the two of you together? I think for them, it's just a little bit of lack of confidence right now, and maybe some of this leftover Five of Swords energy that's kind of holding them back. And what are next steps for you, Virgo? Five of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Cups. So the Five of Wands here is to know that there is this conflict that may arise. It may be within you while letting this go. It's time to push forward through that conflict. You can make it, and it is going to be worthwhile on the other side, even if it seems difficult in the moment. Also know that this may arise with your person as well, as this Five of Swords energy is still around. Until this can be let go, there may be some conflict to deal with, and know that if this does arise, this Five of Swords, it is from a false perspective and a more, again, kind of like this past that needs to be let go, right? Let go. It's time. It's time to move beyond that. And if you have to deal with it, take that mindset into that, interaction. If it's between the two of you, know that this is some kind of specter from the past that isn't real and has no bearing on your future together. And in fact, it has no bearing on your present together, except for the fact that it's still kind of in each of your minds. And as you let that go, the more you'll realize, look, we have this new opportunity here together to move forward, and it can be whatever we want it to be. The celebration here, the Three of Cups, it's really wonderful what you can step into. Know that. Keep that in your heart, and you will be pushing forward toward this Four of Wands outcome. And then that Six of Cups, same as your person here on their feelings toward this connection. It's true. This is that sincere love. This is that deep, meaningful love. Keep that in your heart as well, and I think you'll find things manifesting the way that you want. And what are next steps for your person? Justice, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. All right, some action here, right? Your person needs to take some action, but divinely guided action, right? Guided by their intuition. That's what the Queen of Wands comes out to say. Know that it has to be just, right? They have to feel that things are okay, but they have to be very aware that you have to feel things are okay as well, Virgo, and that the two of you have to be balanced in that way. Very interesting. Six of Pentacles, the Justice card together. Both speaking of balance in different ways. That is a very important theme here, it appears. But the Three of Pentacles, the two of you coming together to build the outcome together, right? Designing that together, building that together. Again, Four of Wands, together. This kind of theme, the lovers, the two of you together, keeps recurring, right? And so I think that the reality is pushing forward is really the sort of mindset that the two of you want to be in, the heart set that the two of you want to be in. I think the two of you kind of are there. There's just a little bit of energy to kind of clear away here. This Five of Swords, the lies on your side. This Five of Wands is going to kind of be that last little friction as that releases. But once that's gone, it looks like it's a pretty clear path forward for the two of you. So let's get some of these message cards and see what your person has to say. I'm not ready for commitment with anyone. And I think what this is they've not finished this transition, this Phoenix Rising transition. They're in the middle of that right now, right? And clearly they have some things that they still need to be letting go. This Five of Swords, that has to be let go. Again, I think they're on the tail end of that. And this perspective of not ready for commitment with anyone, that's that Eight of Swords. That's that blindfold that's around them. They have to realize that they are not bound in the way that they imagine that they are, that they can take that blindfold off, and that, as they start to realize that about themselves, I think this perspective is going to fall away. But know that if you try to kind of force this to happen, Virgo, or really push this to happen while they still have this perspective, it's probably going to fall apart, and they're going to try to subconsciously sabotage it because they truly believe this at this very moment. But their energies are aligned in a way that this seems to be on its way to evaporating out of them. That's really how it appears to me. I just want you to call, but I just want to call you, excuse me, but I won't. That's exactly this Eight of Swords, right? That they want things to move forward, but they're just not doing it. And because they have, this is kind of that blocking factor that's really holding them back, honestly. We don't see any detail about where this came from or what this is all about inside of them, and I kind of wish that we did, in a way, because leaving it here is kind of probably kind of a cliffhanger to a degree. But know that they want to call, like they want to reach out, they want things to move forward. That is their real desire. But they have some little energy here that's holding them back. They feel that they can't move forward, or that maybe they feel like that they quote unquote shouldn't move forward. But that's, again, likely because of some sort of falsely implanted perspective or idea that they've either, convinced themselves of. Perhaps it's this Two of Pentacles. They've been going in these loops and they've just really kind of drilled it into their own mind and heart. Or perhaps they've picked it up from another, perhaps a friend, a parent that says, oh, you're not ready for this just yet. Or why don't you take some time for yourself before you try to commit? And they're really adopting that perspective, even though they may not have generated that perspective within them. Just know that any of that could be at play, Virgo. And being open and honest, that's really what's going to let things unfold the way that they should here. Talk to your person. Don't try to push for anything. Don't be desperate about graspiness, right? It's easy for us to fall into that. And believe you me, I understand. But just be playful about it, Keep that open heart. Know that your person has some very deep desire here. And know that you can get to that if you don't try to push things beyond really their comfort zone. You can look at it that way. And I think you'll find things begin to kind of shake loose for them. All right, Virgo, I hope this reading was helpful for you. Please only take those elements that resonated with you, as that's the important information for you that your higher self has for you to integrate, really, for you on your path forward to experiencing the relationship that you're looking for. But thank you so much for taking some time, some of that precious, valuable time of yours with my channel and this reading. That's very meaningful to me. So please accept my gratitude for that, Virgo. Thank you so much. Again, I really hope this was a helpful reading for you, and we will see you next time.